All right. I think this might be working now. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. We got a whole new one here. We'll let some people roll in here. Says excellent. Says excellent this time. I'll let some more people roll in here. Better? Yep, working. Okay. Well, there we go. There we go. Hopefully it stays this way. Someone said it was my shitty PC. Definitely not the PC. I got a $4,000 rig over here working with with 1 gig internet. It is 100% on the end of YouTube. So, not sure what's happening with it, but we'll find out. But I think everything should be working now. Might even be able to get OC in. We'll see. Yeah, we're down to 4 viewers from 100 to 4. We'll see. I think it might be lagging again on me though. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat as soon as it starts glitching on your guys' end. If it does, we're definitely going over to Discord. And jump too. That's awesome. JR and OC. I might have to go to a trio setup. Holy crap. Guest duo. Guest duo. Let's get OC up here. Yeah, we're gonna make this thing happen today. It worked. Let's get OC up here with us, and we're just going to we're gonna wing this thing. We're gonna get OC up here. There's OC, and there is JR. I gotta change his name though. JR, what's up, dude? Yeah, I don't know what the hell was going on, man. I mean, I ran a speed test on it and it absolutely crushed it with like 900 megabytes upload and download. But welcome to the morning market report, guys. We got the whole team here with us now, dropping it all in. So what's up, guys? Guys, we got to talk about what's going on with Bitcoin because we got a little thing, going on. There's no longer 21 million Bitcoin, if you didn't know that. So, absolutely. Great video from Andre Jick. We'll get into that. But JR, how you doing this morning? OC, how you doing this morning?
I'm good. I was just fighting a power short I was in. It tested me, bro. I was pretty worried as we were going live, but I just closed in profit. Let's go.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
OC, how you feeling today? Are you watching anything on the markets? What are you thinking about with what's going on with price action today?
I'm just fighting WhatsApp. They just had me like 3 times to 3 different groups. Seems like my phone it was like leaked or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but I started getting like spams. So guys, be careful in this digital area. They were from YouTube, right? Offered me $2,000 per hour or something like some BS like that. So just be careful, don't fall for it. It's just rigging here, it's just passing on the message. Other than that, looking great. I mean, let's go, baby. Bear market, we'll see. I'm so ready. I haven't invested everything at this moment. I'm still like 80% cash, which means I'm really expecting this thing to go really low. So we'll see how that goes. Not that low. I mean, maybe I'm talking about 50s or something like that. We'll see how that plays out. But other than that, I'm getting ready. So today, Monday, DCA, isn't it?
It is. Well, today's Tuesday. DCA Monday was yesterday. Jesus Christ, OC, what are you living in the past? What happened to you? Chairs falling down here too. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin chart. I need you guys to go ahead and share your chart so we can bring you guys up. And I'm going to have to finagle some chart stuff here because I got both of you coming in. But yeah, I think we'll be fine today. I think I'll put. Of course, we got OC's charts as always. Okay. I can hide myself here.
I couldn't hear you for a sec. I was like, what's going on?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I mute myself when I'm on the other screen. So There we go. There's OC chart. Army charts. Let's go talk about Bitcoin, what's going on right now, and then we'll get into why I think that we no longer have 21 million Bitcoin as a cap, and why we're going to show a video clip from Andre Jick. We got a clip from him. He does an excellent breakdown of how we got to this point with Bitcoin and why we may never see another parabolic run again, a euphoric run on Bitcoin again. Let's go take a look at the chart right now, though, guys. We're still trading in this range. Matter of fact, this morning, we were right back where we were at yesterday morning. Same price level. We are trying to get a little pump here right now. To the upside, we still have a daily close right above a $70,101 daily close, but the oscillator ribbon is moving to the downside. Money flow is pretty flat, and volume is starting to drop again. I think we're going to get a sell-off here on the markets. Go there. I got to remember which buttons are which now. OC, are you seeing anything on the Bitcoin chart before I get into the news?
Absolutely. Let's go really quickly and take a look at that. Let me just bring it up, and here it is. All right, so really quickly, let's get it here. Well, we are within the same area right here. Remember that we were looking for a possible entry right down below on our entry zone. Just so you guys know, I had a little bit of a busy day today in the morning, so I completely missed the freaking entry. But still, we hit that support zone, and we should be on profits on lower time frame. If you are in the 4 hours following this trade, be careful with this ribbon. I think that we are going to be flipping. Remember yesterday, I know there is a lining here, but yesterday I was mentioning if somebody put a pew pew to my head, I would say that we are going to be going lower. And that is because we have some bearish pressure. Remember, we are still pretty bearish, and the volatility is not there yet to taking us but high. Something important that I'm not liking, it is the defined range. So basically, we already have a defined range, which is highs and lows. I don't think that we're going to get here other than the spring. So keep your eyes for a possible spring in here, something like that. We can still have one more run before we start dropping and go hitting that spring for then a fake out to the upside and a continuation downwards. This exact same thing has played out before. Look at that. Right, so we define the itty bitty range with the spring fake out and then continuation downwards. And well, let's not forget what happened also at this area, the fake out and the continuation downwards. And finally, last cycle that was filled up with that same thinking, oh, come on, don't move that out of the way, but whatever. Let me bring it up here a little bit back to my left. And they don't know what the F they're doing. Here it is. Perfect.
I hope she made lots of spaghetti.
Oh, yeah. So we have that limited range, the spring fake out to the upside and continuation downwards. I believe that we are on this region right now and that we might get one more drive to the downside. But other than that, that's what I got on Bitcoin. Keep your eyes open because we might have a good movement throughout this upcoming week.
Awesome. I got new sound effects for you there, OC. We got the I hope you brought lots of spaghetti, and which you always do. And then we've also got your own theme music now.
Let's get it.
And when we have the gang in, I got something for them, but we lost all of them though.
Gang.
For the auto gang. So got some new sound effects there. And of course, JR bringing his own into the play.
Juicy.
There we go. So let's go get into the news, guys. Appreciate you guys all coming back. 31 of you out of 104. But we're going to make this happen. Let's jump over to the news. Probably going to have to reset that up. Yeah, of course I am, because I reset everything. But that's okay. It takes me 1 second. And then we will talk about what's going on in this whole breakdown here. There we go. ITC. Perfect. Beautiful. Love it. Let's get into this and talk about the metrics on Into the Cryptoverse, guys. Currently sitting at a crypto market cap of $2.337 trillion. Trend line running on this, that's that red line running up the chart right there. That is sitting at 4.835 trillion. We're currently undervalued about 51.66%. I still think we got lower. But we are getting close to our green median here. If I zoom this in, put it on full screen, you'll see we don't touch that green line down there. You going to load for me? Thank you. We don't touch that green line down there except for back in 2010, way older than some of the people that I think watch the show sometimes. But we don't normally touch it. We get close to it. We're getting really close right now, probably closer than we have been in many of these bear cycles, but I still think we get a little bit of a lower mood to the downside. Taking a look at some other metrics here, our current risk band sitting at 31.7% right now. That is for the DCA Piper plan in our Discord. And if you guys are following it, you should have gotten a really good buy this week. If you have not bought yet, then you will still have opportunity. Remember, our best days to DCA, Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday, according to the 2025 reports on this. So looking at Bitcoin dominance right now, sitting at 58.43% with stablecoins. Take away the stablecoins, we're down a little bit, down to 66.78%. This was sitting at 67 yesterday. We're just slightly underneath that. How about the X marks the spot today, guys? Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index currently sitting at 9. We are in extreme fear again. 5 was what we hit last week, if you guys remember. So Black and Chance that I have not bought. I haven't bought this week yet either, BC. So don't worry. If I do, I'll let everyone know because it will probably try to pump right afterwards. That's just how it seems to go with me when I DCA, but it doesn't matter. We're dollar cost averaging, and that's the whole point of it, right? What is happening in U.S. manufacturing employment? The manufacturing sector shed 8,000 jobs in January, according to ADP Private Employment Report. We did get some economic data. I'll break all this down in a bit. But BC Letter talking about one of the reports this morning. It was the 32nd consecutive monthly decline. It's the longest streak that we've seen since 2010. In 2024-2025, manufacturing employment fell 154,000 and 177,000 respectively. For those 2 years. Since the 2022 peak, negative 403,000 jobs have been lost, bringing total manufacturing employment down to 12.483 million, the lowest since November 2021. And if you guys remember, that's when we had a lot of lockdown and not a lot of stuff going on in the world. So the sector had now lost half of the number of jobs wiped out during the 2020 pandemic. The U.S. manufacturing sector is in a recession. And then, of course, we did get retail sales this morning, core retail sales and all that came in. We missed on everything. We'll take a look at that in just a second on the breakdown for that and give you guys the so what of it. Looking at CNBC right now, let's refresh this, make sure I got the most current data. Yes, we do. What it do, players? What's up, crypto trades? U.S. market right now, guys. Look at that TradFi side. Dow Jones sitting up about 0.5%. S&P is up 0.25%. NASDAQ up about almost 0.25%, and the Russell 2K pretty much flat. Volatility index is in the red and down slightly, but still sitting above 17, which means we have volatility in the markets. U.S. 10-year pulling back a little bit. People are buying up the bonds. I think that has to do with the data they got today, because typically when you see when you see the labor market and retail pillar of the economy looking the way that it does right now on today's report, then you typically move into bonds. That's just how Wall Street works, and we are seeing they're buying it up. That's why it's red. If it's green, it means they're selling it. If it's red, it's being bought up. Taking a look at the precious metals today, gold holding above 5,000, but down about 0.25%. Silver sitting at $81.67, down about 0.68, almost 7/10 there. Copper is also down. Platinum is down. Palladium is down. Getting out of the precious metals market, it seems like right now. I am waiting for a little bit of a higher move on that so that I can buy some, so I can sell my silver, but we'll see if it happens. If it doesn't, I guess I'm just a long-term silver hodler. Shout out, by the way, I just remembered, I gotta do this. Shout out to Melissa One Love joining the alumni. Appreciate you joining this, lady. I thought you were already a member. Not sure what happened there, but hey, welcome to the alumni. We appreciate you being here. And then shout out to Mark Dutch, Dutchy Dutch, the Dirty Dutchman, dropping 5 Piper Academy gifted memberships, picking up Bad Doggy, Wagyu, XRP, Leo, something. Crypto Pollo, what's up? Cluck, cluck. And then Kairos Menace, all receiving those memberships. Looks like a lot of lurkers got picked up there, Dutchy. Dutchy just driving around picking up randos to drop into our memberships, but I appreciate you. Piper, you're a silver community member. I'm a silver community member. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're saying. Let me see. What are you saying? Well, that's going to be on here.
Silver.
Oh, I'm a silver community member. Got it. Ha. Yes, very true. JR from the background. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the assist. Let's go take a look at the crypto bubbles here and see how that's all looking. Right now, Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything looking like downside moves, slightly returned on the hours, not showing too much strength. I am in a bot short on Ethereum now. I closed my Bitcoin short, about $800 profit, and I've now opened a bot short on Blowfin. I'm not even sure what it's doing right now. Let me take a look at it. Let me take a look at it here. Blowfin. Open up for me, Blowfin. And look here at my bot. My bot's down a little bit, down about 2% right now, but it's okay. It's a grid bot. So what it'll do is it will ladder in as it goes up. And then as it comes down, it will take profits again. So that's what I did on that Bitcoin one the whole time I was on the cruise, and it did me, made me some money. Right now, looking at Ethereum, down on the 1.6% on the daily, down 0.2% on the hourly. What do we got for XRP? Down 2.3%. Other big movers here. Leo token, native token to the Leo decentralized exchange, it is up 3%. Hyperliquid, also a native token to the Hyper exchange, a decentralized exchange, it's down 5.9%. And Canton Network up 1% on the daily. Nice. Monero up 1.2% today, and a lot of stuff is just flat, guys. It's kind of a wait and see day because we do have Wednesday and Friday this week that are going to be giving us some important data. Wednesday, we're going to get some jobs data, unemployment, and then Friday, we're going to get the inflation and core inflation reports for month over month and year over year. So 2 days there of volatility-driven economic reports, and then Thursday in the middle. Of course, I put this out yesterday in the Discord, but we do have the I like Dirty Dutch. I like it. I like it too, Dutchman. We do have Monday no market open for the stock market. So we're gonna have a 3-day weekend that typically leads to a lot of volatility leading into that. I would not be surprised if some type of event comes out on Friday at market close and everyone just gets stuck with a 3-day weekend of worry. So looking here at the liquidations in the past 24 hours, according to CoinGlass, data in the past 24 hours, 100,179 traders got liquidated. Total liquidations coming in a low number today, 262.8 or 261.8 million. It just changed on me there. The largest single liquidation order happened on Bybit. It was a Bitcoin trade for $9.5 million. How are we looking on longs versus shorts? Right now, shorts are sitting at 50.33% of the market. Longs are at 49.67% of the market. More people leaning shortish than bullish right now. Bearish more than bullish. So are you going to reload this for me? I had all this data. There we go. Here's that data that came in this morning, guys. Retail sales, again, did not come in very good. Retail sales actual was 0%, previous 0.6. Consensus was out, it would be 0.4, came in below that, sitting at 0 there. Of course, the unemployment, the employment change did go from 5K to 6K, but this was a revision from 7.75. So we actually took away 2.75 thousand weekly jobs here in order to get this. So this was down from what they reported last week, but not after the revision. Of course, unemployment costs and all that, everything was a miss on this. And then the retail control group, this is how they know that this isn't just like seasonal things. Like, for example, retail sales on gardening and home repairs and stuff goes up in the springtime, right? This is a control group that will not be affected by seasonality. And this went down 0.3%, was expected to be higher, went lower. So we are seeing a weakness in the retail sales market. We're going to talk about this in a bit. And then we're also going to get in and talk about this video with Andre Drick. I got a short clip that we're going to show of this. And then I don't care if it gets us demonetized. I'm not here to make money. I'm just here to teach people. And I think this is very important for the people that are here to know. If you're not one of the 70 people, or if you're not one of the 31 people that came back out of 104 people, and you're only one of the 30 people that did, you're going to get some information today that you're going to need to know. What's up, Crypto Trades? You're back. Did I go somewhere? Did we have a problem? I don't think we had a problem. I think we're good. JR, before we get into this Bitcoin thing, I want to ask you a question. 21 million Bitcoin, right? That's the whole drive on buying Bitcoin. Scarcity, 21 million Bitcoin. Would you be interested in owning something that had an endless supply count of tokens?
An endless supply?
Yeah, endless supply. Just print tokens into oblivion.
Maybe for like a souvenir, but not for like an investment.
Right. And that's the problem that we have here. OC, do you know where this is coming from? What's driving this more than 21 million narrative for Bitcoin tokens?
Not really. I think I heard something around or about it, about recuperating some of the lost crypto, but not really. I do have a theory though, which is the paper Bitcoin. I talked about that on Monday. Yeah, right. Is that it? Paper Bitcoin. So
That's it, bro.
with
Bingo, bango. Pay this
let's get
man.
it.
So let's jump over. I'm going to play this video. And we're going to talk about the stream. I want to make sure that this is going to work. Should be able to hear it. Hopefully, no issues.
We don't know how much leverage there is until something breaks. And I know that sounds kind of complicated, so let me just give you an easy example to follow. This right here is my birthday Pikachu.
And he's going to be referencing this Pikachu card as the analogy for a Bitcoin, okay? A single Bitcoin.
There are many like it, but this one is mine. Now, imagine Wall Street securitizes it. First, they create a Pikachu ETF, where the real card sits in a vault and investors trade stocks or shares of it. Maybe
Thank you for our
fractional
Bitcoin
shares.
ETF.
Well, that alone means that more people have trading exposure to Pikachu without touching the card. Well, then we add futures, right? So that people can bet on where Pikachu's price will be next month
your CME group there.
It. Then options, so people can speculate on the upside or downside. Then perpetual swaps, so you can.
And that's all of your stock. That's all your exchanges right there. Your Blowfins, your BitTunics, all that, right? So perpetuals, options, futures, and ETFs. So that's BlackRock, CME Group, your options contracts through different. I can't name an exchange off the top of the hand, but then also the perpetual swaps, right? From all of the. So think about this. He's using this reference of they're holding one Bitcoin, aka one Pikachu card, but they're all going to start using all of these different ways to trade that one single card.
You can go long or short Pikachu with leverage 24/7. Then brokers start lending Pikachu exposure to hedge funds and structured portfolios. They bundle it all inside. At that point, there will be, we don't know how much leverage there is until something breaks. Pikachu with leverage 24. We don't know how much leverage there is until something breaks through these derivatives. That's synthetic supply. The card is still rare. There may still only be one, but price discovery is now dominated by paper Pikachu.
And that's what I wanted to talk about there. That's DuoCam. Let's go back to guest cam. There we go. So check it out. This is what we're seeing happen with Bitcoin. And I think based on this information, based on this perspective, that what we have is a lot of people traded paper Bitcoin, which was no one took possession of a Bitcoin. A lot of it is just the fees are being made. So there's no drive for buying pressure versus selling pressure. So we did not see the euphoric pump. And yesterday I talked about in our Discord that we had, that it was possible that we don't see as much of a retracement as we typically do this cycle, because of the sell-off pressure may not be there, right? This same concept of that the pump didn't happen because there was not as much buying pressure to buy physical Bitcoin could be the same reason that we don't see as much of a drop in Bitcoin this cycle. But to be fair, what's going on is all these people are MicroStrategy, BlackRock, your CME group, your all these different things. They're trading multiple Bitcoin, but only holding one Bitcoin to do it. So they're basically printing more Bitcoin out of nowhere. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this. And does this lead us to why we didn't get the euphoric pump? And does it also mean that we don't get that, heart driving, tear driven dump that we normally see in a bear market? We'll go with JR first, and then we'll head over to OC.
I was thinking about this the other day when you were showing the bottoms and the tops of the cycles, and if the top's suppressed like lower than it should be, wouldn't that make the bottom lower than it should be too?
Theoretically, yes. However, we've seen a decreasing dump every cycle also. It was like 80 some percent and then 70. So we've seen that narrowing also, and we've seen the pump narrow. But this cycle, we didn't even hit some key levels. Let me show you on the chart here real fast, and then we'll go back and finish up on that. But this is one of the charts that I've been following for a while, and it's our previous cycles. It's our accumulation phase, it's our run phase, it's our establishment phase. We're going to make it, and then the oh my god euphoria phase. Okay, we haven't really had this happen since back in 2020 to 2021. We hit the 1.618, but we didn't make it to the oh my god phase, right? We pretty much got rejected right in it. This cycle here, we should have hit $168,000 Bitcoin. We didn't even hit it. We actually came in about 126, so very short of that, meaning that do we only see this actually hit somewhere in like the 160, 170 in the next cycle. So yeah, we're getting less and less on the parabolic run-ups. It's also part of that depreciating returns that Piano Matty B talked about, and we played that last week. I went to the wrong screen again. But yeah, so I think that it's possible that we do see a little bit more of a lessening on the bottom side. Blackie Chan said it's becoming a more mature market. That's true too. But I also think that the reason we're not getting the parabolic run-ups, BC, is because there's not a lot of buying pressure when you can just get paper Bitcoin. So OC or JR, do you have anything else to add to that before I head to OC?
No, that's good.
Good reply. OC, what are your thoughts on this, man? What's your thought on this, and how do we fix it?
Oh, perfect. Love it. So first, let me get my trusty
tinfoil hat, all polished up.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Tinfoil hat. OCs in chat.
So we have two sides of the same coin at this moment, right? So first, is it a hard value asset? Yes, just like the dollar used to be when it was backed up by gold, because at the end of it all, there was a paper that represented gold, right? And at that point, we had the same thing. We have all of the derivatives that were trading this. The same point goes for gold itself, right? Let's remember that we wanted the ETF to actually happen, even if we didn't know, or if you didn't know that this was going to be a result. We kind of like already expected this, right? And that is maturing through market cap based on the deflection of these other derivatives, right? What does that mean? It happened the same thing that happened with the dollar backed up by gold. It happened with the same thing that gold when we have the first Canadians, by the way, shout out to you Canadians, that brought up the first ETF on gold, right? And of course, the US, that propulsion took the idea, copy it, and then propulsion everything up ahead. What does that mean? Well, easy money is for everyone. Everybody's going to go for the easy money, right? But also, as we have more exposure, we have more mature people that see this as an investment. And if we can drop really quickly, I know this is a little bit of a last minute thing, but if we can go really quick to my charts, just snip it and then come back to these three areas. There we go. Let me remind you, the Bitcoin stock to flow. This is not a chart to be trading. This is a chart to show you the flattening of that curve of Bitcoin. We knew this from long before, right? So we can go back to 3 camera. That'll be fantastic. So let me remind you that we are looking to the flattening of those spikes for it to represent value on the market per a limited asset. What does that mean? Yes, we're going to have farther and flatter ranges, but that represents less of a measured move more of money per move, which means to go lower, we need to lose more money than before, and to go higher, we need to inject more money than before. This is just a normal cycle of a maturing asset through a hard, being a hard asset through exposure and funds. And I don't like it, but welcome, because this is just a waiting phase. And let's remember what happened. When was it? 10 years right after the ETF of gold, it blew up, right?
And that's
everybody
a
was
great segue to what I wanted to talk about. Why do we keep buying Bitcoin? Going back to the question I asked JR about, would you buy an asset that can just endlessly print tokens, right? So yeah, wrap that up and then we'll go transition to that because that's a perfect segue.
Absolutely, because that is just a normal cycle. We just have the hard asset, we have the derivative asset, and guys, we need enough money for everyone, and that's where the paper Bitcoin comes in place. It does has its value, it does has its purpose, but that also will remain that paper Bitcoin will need to be backed up by real Bitcoin, which creates a supply shock.
Absolutely, and shout out to Lunar Beaches. He said these baby ER visits are going to deplete all my reserves. Much love to you, Lunar Beaches. Let me know if we need to do another fundraiser, man. Donate to Lunar Beaches Bitcoin fundraiser. So, here, heart. I got the hearts for you, man. I got the hearts. There you go. Let's talk about that. So that's why. That's the point that I want to make with this whole 21. Yeah, we may not get the parabolic runs, but why do we continue to buy Bitcoin if we know that they're just creating more paper Bitcoin than what we're really looking at for physical Bitcoin, right? Well, I guess digital token, real token, self-custody Bitcoin. How about that? We'll call it that. I guess it's not physical, is it? It's because of things that we just saw with silver, right? We saw on silver recently a massive pump. And what did it have to do with? It had to do with the fact that we did not have the physical silver in hand that people were demanding. What happens at the point when we get where people go, you know what? I don't trust how much they're printing out there in the world of Bitcoin, with all the paper Bitcoin that exists. So I want to have my physical custody. I want custody of my Bitcoin. I think we get into that point where we can see a massive squeeze pop off where people start demanding my Bitcoin. You know what? You're not taking my one Bitcoin doing fractionalized sales on paper anymore of it. I'm going to custody my own Bitcoin. And this goes back to, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. If it's sitting out there on an exchange, you are allowing a company to fractionalize your Bitcoin at the expense of your price growth. Okay. And one thing that I showed yesterday in our Discord, and I'm going to bring it up here to show people that are viewing right now, and maybe anyone who tunes in later, looking historically, while we did not hit these top levels that we have, the 236 to 168 this cycle, right? One thing that always holds true is this below the 382 accumulation range. Okay. This has been the key level to buy every single time. And if you take a look at this, it looks like 40,000 could be our bottom line on this, right? This would be where we would break below. But you take a look here, 62,000 would be where we would start to do the accumulation. And I showed this chart yesterday. Shout out to Crux of Crypto for bringing this to my attention. But this is the long-term holder realized price chart, okay? And if you take a look at everything back here, back in 2011, back here in this period of 2015 through the September 2015, almost into October, anytime we dropped below this line, this has been your accumulation period, okay? Oddly enough, when we take a look at this, let me go here again, reload it, thank you. Anytime that we go in below this line, we hit that accumulation range, that's your prime period to buy. Take a look here, guys. I'll stretch this out a little bit so it's more in line. Let's go back and forth. We're going to look here at this 2019 phase, okay? 2019 phase. It was pretty much right there in line. There's your dip down. There's your COVID-19 crash, right? Let's take a look back at that again. Your dip down, your 2019 crash. This has been an accumulation period, even against the long-term holders. And what you're seeing here on long-term holders is This is people that have held Bitcoin for longer than 155 days. Okay. So what they do is they buy it, they let the price run up, they take profit, it comes back down, and then they start DCAing. And so your long term holders keep going up in a static line despite price dropping. When you have that deviation below that level, it is a prime time to pick up more Bitcoin. We're almost at this level now. And if we take a look at why I think we're going to hit 40,000, guys, this is right here. Nope, that's not it. That is not it. Let's go back and do that again and get that over. Because I want to show you guys where this line is coming in at. That was a flashbang from hell. This is where I want to show you guys where we're coming in at on this line. If I put it right there, this line is coming in at $40,471. Okay. Looking at $40,471 and taking a look at the price levels that we talked about on the drop side of this, that would be in line with market bottoms. Market bottoms, thank you very much. And we will turn off the other fib cycles here. Let's take a look at it. Oh, yeah, I got one more in there. Okay, where are you at? Turn you off too. Fib retracement, there we go. Off. So if we take a look at this level here, guys, that 786 that we've historically hit, that's coming in at 39,000. We could come in right above it. It would be a less move than what we've seen previously. For example, back here when we lost the 2021 top to the bottom, this was a 77% drop. So you would be looking at like a 70% drop in that 40,000 range, somewhere in that ballpark. Let's do this. Bring this down to 40K. Yeah, you'd be looking at about a 67, 68% drop, which would be a much less of a drop than what we have typically seen in other cycles. So that $40,000 range, very likely going to be hit, which would also put us at a less than optimal or less than normal drop on price action, which would then set us up for another move to the upside. But the whole point of this is your accumulation period is coming. And when it gets there, we're going to continue to DCA into it until we hit that bottom line. But once we hit that bottom line, we're going to go in very heavy into those price levels. And the point is to get that Bitcoin, get it held, self-custody, get it off the exchanges, and decrease the ability for them to fractionalize and multiply your Bitcoin into paper Bitcoin. I just wanted to bring all this down and break it down for you guys, but I hope you got something out of that today. JR, OC, you guys got anything for the people on the way out? George, JR first.
Okay. The Bitcoin trade that I dropped in Piper Academy a couple days ago hit the entry zone this morning, and it's approaching TP1 at 69. 60, 70, basically 70, right around here. But we're struggling to claim this previous week mid, so we might want to take profit around there too. But
awesome. JR dropping trades in our Discord, guys, every single day. If you guys are not in our Discord, you're missing out. Just hit the join button below for the membership, and it will give you access, $5 a month for his trades, for the Piper plan, for OC's little tidbits, BC Port Corp's stock trades and his setups. And we got a lot of stuff in there, guys. You're getting a lot for $5. It's just to keep the bots and scammers out, and it works great. So, OC, you got anything for the people on the way out, man?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would say, guys, if you have a DCA setup, keep doing it. And another important thing is that chart that you showed from Bitbo, right? Or something like that.
Bitbo.
Right.
Yep.
If we throw in there inflation of the US dollar, then we get what Piano Manny B was talking about, the return per investment. Nonetheless,
the CAGR.
Exactly, the CAGR. Yes, exactly. But remember that it's just a flat area, which we should be taking advantage of. So don't fear your DCA, and remember to always keep your crypto, your keys safe out of exchanges, right? And that's basically it. Just safety first.
Awesome, guys. Appreciate everyone joining us today. Apologize about the issues. I'm going to do a full reset on the Wi-Fi today. I'm not sure what the hell's going on, but I'm going to figure it out, because that's why I'm here every day, just to give you guys info. And if I can't get it through clearly, I can't give you info. Maybe I need to start putting orange juice in my coffee. Maybe that's what I need to do. We'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Until next time, guys, trade safe. And as always, peace, love, profits. We'll catch you guys later.
That's the rap. Chart stack data never lie. Piper led the mission, OC in the sky. Spaghetti on the screen, but the vision stay prime. Chart prime visual, signals on time. Alumni strong, we built from the grind. Lessons in the market that'll outlive time. Knowledge is profit, you know how we run. Till the next one, stay sharp, get it done.
You can't handle the truth. Emotional damage.
We'll see you at the next
Don't
one.
know what the fuck they're doing.
Morning market report out. 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 Out.
Boom shakalaka.
We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report out. We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. Ow.
Juicy.
That was awesome, dude.
Hey, it didn't break. What else you got?